Welcome back, everybody. Wrongful reporting. The Washington Post correcting a report on conversations between former President Trump and Georgia elections investigator Francis Watson. The newspaper removing comments that misrepresent what the former president actually said. This is coming as the Georgia Secretary of State released the December 23rd recording. Maria Bartiromo spoke on the topic with former President Donald Trump last night on Fox News Primetime. Listen.
I was very happy that the Washington Post had the courage, or whatever you want to call it, to at least admit their mistake. I hope it was a mistake. I don't know that the Washington Post may have been told that. They didn't hear it because it didn't exist, but they were told something that didn't exist. And it made me sound bad. And I think, you know, when I heard it, I said, that's ridiculous. I never said that. Now you have to find out, was it the Washington Post's fault or the people that run the elections in Georgia? Because the people that run the elections in Georgia, they have to be looked at, whether it was the Secretary of State or, frankly, the governor of the state.
Joining me now to discuss it further, accuracy in media, President Adam Guillette. Adam, good morning to you. Wonderful to have you here. The president raises a good question here. Presumably the responsibility lies on both sides, not only the Washington Post, but also the Georgia election officials to report and talk about what happened accurately.
That's exactly right. And I'll be honest with you, I think he was going soft on the Washington Post. When a story is as significant as potential fraud in a presidential election, it is incumbent on a long-standing newspaper like the Washington Post to get their facts right. And this is just the latest in a long line of accidental mistakes they made that benefits the left. Remember the hoax about the Capitol Hill police officer who was beaten with a fire extinguisher? Turned out not to be true. Or the hoax about President Trump saying there were good people on both sides and referring to neo-Nazi. That also turned out not to be true. Quite odd how all of their mistakes always seem to benefit the left.
Right, and we keep calling them mistakes, right? And as long as you issue a correction or give an apology, it seems that the public seems to forgive these media outlets for making false statements like this. But it's really a huge issue with respect to reporting. And sometimes when you put that headline out there, it's hard to take it back. It's hard to undo that damage, even if you issue the correction. So how do we hold media outlets more accountable?
Well, what we do at Accuracy in Media is create action alerts where you could send one message that goes directly to the board of directors of the parent companies of these news outlets and to the editors. We do phone calls and we expose them and embarrass them again and again and again. When the founder of our organization passed away, Reed Irvine, the New York Times credited him with causing Americans to distrust the media. But these journalists deserve their own credit for causing Americans to have disdain for the media. They're hostile to their readers. They lie to their audience. It's simply unacceptable.
Giano, jump in here.
Well, I believe the media has been derelict in their duties for many, many years before Trump, but certainly with Trump in office, things have become much more worse and much more exposed. Now, the question is, do you think that there will be any changes, especially considering what we saw from the Washington Post admitting their lie? And essentially that's what it was, but there's been continuous lies throughout all different publications. Will there be any serious changes moving forward?
If we hit them again and again and again, they're going to have to get taken less seriously by mainstream audiences. A recent poll of journalists showed that even amongst journalists, they believe they have a broken business model that causes them to pander to audiences. Even the journalists know what they're doing is wrong. So what we must do is educate Americans again and again and get them not to take these news outlets seriously anymore. Only then will they be forced to clean up their act.
Good point. Adam, great to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it.